Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Red Fox Report, presented by the Marist Center for Sports Communication. I'm Nick Vete.
And I'm Patrick Taylor.
And today we bring you action from men's basketball, women's basketball, and softball.
But we start in men's lacrosse, where Marist took on Bucknell on the road looking for their first win of the season following a tough non-conference start. In the first quarter, how about JoJo Pareka drawing first blood with this upper right beauty? That was the first of 6 goals for the preseason MAC Player of the Year. Later on in the first quarter, back at it again is Pareka, who takes advantage of the Bucknell goalie lacking. Marist would continue to pound the net in the second quarter with 8 goals scored by 4 different players. Fourth quarter now, Bucknell trailing by 1, but Jack Dudas lines this laser up to tie the game at 10 apiece. Dudas finished with 3 goals on the afternoon. Marist 13-11 now with 1:20 to go. How about Pareka in the parking lot, bouncing his dagger into the back of the net? Marist gets their season back on track, advancing to 1-4 with 14-11 victory.
Marist basketball hosting their final regular season game of the season. This game was going to be tied early, but it's going to be who else but Patrick Gardner getting the Red Foxes going with a 3-pointer. Gardner finished with 27 points on the night for the Red Foxes in this one. Later in the first half now, Cam Ferris open from 3, hits from 3. Marist cuts the deficit to 2 at this point in the game. Later in the half, Bobcats up and they answer with a 3 of their own. Quinnipiac taking a commanding lead at this stage. Marist down by 9 at this point in the game. The step back 3-pointer is going to go for Desi Jones as the Bobcats ice it and go on to win this game. Marist will have to look to the MAC tournament to get their revenge. This past weekend, the Marist softball team traveled down to Charleston, South Carolina to compete in the Maroon and Gold Challenge, where they faced off against Cleveland State and the College of Charleston. On day 1, the Red Foxes were victorious in both of their games, with pitcher Kylie Myers tossing a 2-hitter on just 69 pitches against Cleveland State. Day 2 was not the same success for the Red Foxes, losing both of their matchups, but the team was able to bounce back on day 3, picking up the close victory on the shoulders of pitcher Kalista Fippen, who tossed the complete game shutout. The Foxes now improved to 7-9 on the year.
The Marist women's basketball team was on the road versus Riders for the final game of the regular season, and we had a thriller here in Lawrenceville. Now in the last seconds of the fourth, Marist down 2 with possession. How about Kiara Fisher coming up big in crunch time with the tough layup to send the game to overtime? She finished with 14 points on the day. Less than 2 minutes left in overtime. Marist down by 4. Zaria Shazer pumps, draws contact, and goes to the line to shoot 2. She would end up hitting both of these shots to cut the lead in half. She finished with a game-high 25 on the night. Now only 40 seconds left. Foxes down 6. Fisher with the clutch 3 to keep the Foxes' hope alive, but Marist unfortunately would not be able to tie it as they fall 63-66. Thank you for joining us on the Red Fox Report. I'm Patrick Taylor.
And I'm Nick Vete.
And we hope to see you next time.